Okay, welcome everybody to the Referral Challenge Q&A Mastermind call for Friday, November 17th. I don't have any updates except, no, I don't have any updates. The only thing I wanted to discuss though quickly, Rick, obviously I didn't reach out to you, get a chance to do the webinar, and I know your deadline's this Friday, but we'll do something going forward. But can you tell us how things are going with that, with the Ultimate Supplement Sales System?
Yeah, it's going pretty well. Actually, Mike jumped in. He was on our first call last night, so he can also give you a little insight. But we've had people that signed up early this week and have already told us that they're making money. So that's always exciting to hear, that when you hear people taking action, they say they're making money. That's really what it's all about. That's why we're doing, everybody's in the referral challenge. That's why they get into all these other programs, and knock on wood, people are going to be making a lot of money.
Yeah, good. Well, I'm happy to hear it. And you got a cool backdrop behind you right now that I've never seen before. The Nutrition Profit Systems JLab Pro. What's that about? Is that CGI'd, or is that actually behind?
No, it's a CGI. It's actually a green screen right now.
Okay.
I'm testing it out with Zoom because Jason and I are looking at doing some things. If this works well, I'll actually go ahead and get it made, and put on my wall, obviously at home. Yeah,
that's cool. There's only a hint of a clue that it's CGI because the side of your head is just slightly, it has that look like you're superimposed on something.
Which is the reason I'm testing it, because if it looks decent, the background looks decent, I'll obviously take it in and have the thing made into a wall mural at my house, and even replace my scene looking out over the water.
Yeah, which is a good one. But that's neat. So it's got all your brands on it there behind you, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Very cool. Rick Streb, multinational corporation.
No, we're not there.
All right, cool. Okay, good. Well, let's move around then. Aaron Lindauer, give us an update on how things are going with you, and any questions or anything we can help you with.
Yeah, no, things are going good. Very excited to announce we're having a baby girl. So really excited. So we've got our little boy, and so now I'm excited. I think I was the one jumping off the table this time, and Tony was like, "Oh man, now I gotta buy new clothes." Because I'm like, I'm not excited.
I'll tell you personally, a girl changes your life completely.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Well, and Leo's like my shadow, so it's going to be good for him to have a little girl, because I was a daddy's girl, so I get it.
And what will the how many months between the two of them when she's born?
So they'll be 21 months, so I wanted them to be about 2 years apart, so we'll be just shy of that. So yeah.
Excellent. Congratulations. That's great.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I'm trying to focus. So anyways, things are going well. I've got 118 in the Get Fit Indianapolis group, so plugging away, good content. I've got good interaction, so it's been fun. I just need to get more people in it. So my question for the group today was, has anyone done the Facebook advertising with their private group? And from my understanding is you need to post in your group and then you use that post, or am I completely missing? I just wondered if anyone else had done anything.
It's a good question. Anybody know about that? We can get some info from Alicia if nobody's done it, but has anybody done it?
Yeah, I've done a couple different ways, Aaron, to build mine. Posted within the group, 1, and 2, I have run some Facebook ads. I know Eric and I are working on some things to be able to teach you how to monetize that group, and we'll be getting that out soon. We've both been going kind of different directions here since I saw him down in Orlando, but we'll be getting that together for you, dear. But Yeah, when I created my group, the first thing I did was started putting my current clients in, and then told them to invite locals in. Okay. And next thing I knew, people were kind of having a little challenge to see who could bring the most in. And I would actually kind of create a challenge in my group, and, you know, let's see if we can have 500 people in by this week, or 300, or whatever. Well, now my group is up to over 1,000 people, my local group.
Okay, cool.
So, you know, but I did it just, for the most part, at first I did it internally. Then we started running Facebook ads to a promotion that we do, which is what Eric and I are going to be teaching you guys, because it also teaches you how to monetize nutrition in that group to bring people in and create a recurring revenue.
Okay, so a lot of it was organic, basically just saying, hey, share this with friends. You physically added, because I read, and I don't know if I've just read too much stuff and just need to put it in action, but I read that if you add people to your group, so if you physically add them in, Facebook does not recognize that as a true good member. And so the algorithm, so I know I read this and I was like, oh, Jesus. So, you know, it was kind of one of those things where if you add people in, it isn't as good as if they naturally came to you, obviously.
Well, the key is whether how Facebook looks at it or not isn't as important as if those people are being engaged and you're getting them to engage in your group. Then it doesn't matter what Facebook thinks there, because they're gonna really gear it on the engagement.
Right. So okay. So number one, the organic.
Yeah, that's how I built my group. Yes, originally.
Okay, so just so me physically going and adding in all of our clients, because we have just a handful of clients in there, to be honest.
Yep. And then I started posting on my personal page, you know, about the new group I started, that it's free. You know, come join us for free advice, educational advice, motivation, recipes, etc.
Yep.
And gave the link to it, and people were just joining. They just jumped on.
And then, and another thing in this plethora of information I was reading, so I hate videos. Like when I'm scrolling through Facebook, it is so annoying to me. I just want to see cute pictures of babies and dogs and like people working out, like that's it. But video, hands down, is getting the best response. And so would you recommend doing a video saying, hey, here's the group that I've created, put it in the text, but then put a video, like even just do a live video on my personal page, right?
Yeah,
definitely. Okay. Definitely.
I definitely agree that would be good. Just let them know what you're doing. And quite honestly, take that video, put it in your business page, and then you can promote it and do a boosted post and get it out to the community.
So then put the link in the post for the group?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So not only do it on
video. Okay. Yeah, you'll take that video, you know, you'll put it in your business page, your current, you know, for your gym. Then you promote it and give the link to the free page in there and just drive traffic to it. Absolutely.
This is so, thank you. I got it.
Yeah, that sounds good. I know, Alicia built her group primarily with paid ads to begin with, until it, you know, sort of hit a critical mass and then started to grow. But I think she still runs paid ads to it.
Yeah, not as much as she used to, but she definitely does.
Yeah, I'll post in hers, because I'm pretty sure I'm still in there, and just post and see what she's, or if she can give any tips, or maybe I should just email it. Do you think I should just email her?
Actually, she put a video up in the group just in the last couple of weeks about how to build a Facebook group.
Oh, okay. All right.
So she updated her training. Well, I'll reach out to her. She lives right down the road and we're friends. So I'll reach out. Well, I'll get some information and find out. But yeah, I would suggest looking for that video that Rick just mentioned and also posting in her group. I mean, everybody benefits from that when you ask a question and then she answers it in the group, I think. So that's probably a good way. I don't think she'd have any problems explaining it.
No, and I'd be willing to bet that she would do a webinar for either Eric or I to explain it in here.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, because she did build that.
yeah, that's a good
She would do that in a heartbeat. That's just the way Alicia is, and she loves helping. So I bet she'd do that for one of us, Eric.
Yeah, you're right. I'll reach out and ask her.
Yeah. And I did, so I saw, Adrian, what you posted. So I had one client after I sent those emails about, hey, join our free group. We're helping the Indianapolis community. Tell your friends. She was like, well, I could have saved $200 a month, you know, because obviously the way you talk about it is this is such an amazing group. But it's like she's cynical in a way. But it is kind of one of those things. I'm almost seeing more interaction in my Get Fit Indianapolis than in my our business one. But I also think too is I have our staff manage the
personal one.
The one for the business, and I don't know if that for some reason I don't know.
Yeah, you know, I just make it very clear to clients why you're doing this. And the reason why you're doing it is the reason you got into business to begin with. You want to help as many people as you possibly can. And this is a way to bring people in, you know, to expose them to what you have that can help them enjoy the life that they want to have. They want to experience.
And potentially end up being clients at the facility.
Right.
Exactly.
Don't hide that. Yeah. Be honest about it. That, you know, I want to expose what we do to as many people in the community as I can and help as many people. And, you know, to be very honest and completely transparent, you know, I'm going to make offers to them to come in and train with us. And this is it's, you know, like anything in life, if you're going to do it, there's business involved.
Yeah.
That's great.
And at the same time, I'd explain that, you know, and say something like, you know, and as you know, there's no substitute for being in here and working with us. We can provide all the information in the world in this group, and we're going to over deliver to help people as much as we can. But where the rubber meets the road is when you're in here in our facility training with us. That's how results are achieved. That kind of thing.
Yeah, that's good. So, okay, cool. It makes sense. Some of the organic, natural things that I haven't done here, put it on the business page. Yeah, that was all of my stuff. I think last time I got to talk to you guys, we were doing the health fair type booth.
Yeah.
And that was okay.
It was okay?
Yeah, we're going to have 300 employees come by. Yeah, okay. I had 34.
Oh, yeah.
So,
well, look at it this way. That's not as bad as a recent conference I did where they told me they're going to have a couple hundred Fit Pros there. There was only about 30.
Yeah.
And I actually traveled to Atlanta to do it. So
that's hard.
Yeah. That does hurt.
That's just part of the business.
But Aaron, did you ask them about whether they would email these folks or their employees about your Smart Start group or anything like that?
So at the end, they came up to me and said, hey, I hope this was beneficial for you. And I was like, I collected 34 people's information. I mean, I didn't say it that bluntly, but I was like, you told me 300, dude. So they are going to send out this email to all 300. So
excellent.
Yeah, because that's what I was just like, man, you just took 2 business owners out of their business for a full day.
Yeah.
If you can draft that email and find out when it goes out, that'll be even better.
Say that again.
If you can draft that email for them and then find out exactly when it's going to go out, make sure you're on their email list so you receive it.
You bet. Exactly. I agree 100%. I did get a presentation booked from being there, so that was good. We haven't talked price, so I don't know on that standpoint yet, but so I mean, good things always come from doing these type of things. It's just, you know, when you're standing there and you're getting 34 leads in 6 hours, you kind of like, but hell, that's better than any Facebook ad I've run here lately, so.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting to see what the conversion is off those leads, because these people have actually met you, and so that, you know, that's a pretty hot lead. potentially. I mean, certainly the relationship quality is there. Whether they have a distinct need is to be determined.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So anyways, that's all I have.
All right. Very cool. Let's jump. Andrew, I'm going to jump down to you. It's good to see you, brother. Let us know how things are going in your business and any questions, issues we can help you with.
Yeah, good seeing you guys. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Business is going pretty well. Past 2 months have been really good. The most growth we've experienced since implementing all the systems from TRC. The check-in for charity has been going really well. Members are still fired up about it, so that's awesome to see. About to hand in my 3rd check at the end of this month.
Excellent.
We set an annual goal for $5,000 a year, so I think that's about $300-400 a month, but we're getting close to it.
Yeah.
What else? The Smart Start page, we're only at about 75. It's going a little bit slower than I thought, so I wanted to bring that up. I have one of my other coaches. She posts every single day, Monday through Sunday, and there's a certain topic each day. Just following your format, and she'll have a call to action at the bottom of each post to join our page. So
where is she posting? Where is she posting?
She's posting on her personal page, and then she'll tag me and my wife, and she'll also post on the business page as well. She'll replicate it.
Okay.
She's been doing that for about, I would say, a month straight now, and we've only increased maybe 30 members from that. So next question is, do you think that I should still have her continue doing that, or maybe approach it a different way?
It's hard to say. I mean, 30 members off for a month's worth of work. That's not an ideal ROI. That's for sure. I would look at doing different things. Frankly, I think you as the principal be best served to get you out there doing what Aaron was talking about earlier, a couple little videos talking about, hey, here's why I created the group. Here's what it's about. Love to have you join, that type of thing.
Okay.
I think that would help quite a bit. And then the big opportunity really is going to come from partners. Paid ads for sure. We're going to work on that and hopefully get that squared away. Certainly paid ads can work, but we want to obviously try and build as much organically as we can and not rely as much on the paid side. So partnerships. I used this example a couple months ago with Wayne Salter, who's in our group, did this little video that was great in his group, in his Smart Start group. He just went over to, or he had one of his trainers go over to there's an athletic shoe store right in his neighborhood, and went in and did an interview with the manager of the store, and just had the store manager talk about the types of shoes that they have and how they custom fit them to you and all blah blah blah. Just gave some info about their shoes, and then asked the manager to Wayne's fitness professional asked the manager to drive their customers, to email their customers and ask them to join the Smart Start group. So it can be that simple. It can be just, hey, going over there and saying, look, I'd love to do a little video with you. Can you tell, I'll put you on here. I'll promote you in the group. Can you tell, encourage your folks to join the group because we're here to help, that type of thing. Working with partners, there's a lot of opportunity there. Is that something, do you have any partners lined up?
I currently only have one. I've been working on that. That's actually going to lead to my next thing. So it's limited. So I got to expand my network.
Yeah. Who do you have lined up right now?
He is a physical therapist / he does rehab for athletes.
Yeah.
Injury prevention. So that's my only guy right now.
Okay. All right. Good. What you want to do is look, we're looking for consistency. This is the long game. The Smart Start strategy is the long game. It's building a community that will ideally become a significant size, and have a great impact in your area. And so it's not going to happen instantly like that. Obviously, you guys are aware of that, but it's about consistent promotion of that group and driving people from a variety of different ways, partners, your own efforts, paid ads, things like that. We can do look at some promotional or some creative things that we can do. There's a lot of different ways to drive folks in, but I think the partnerships is one of the real big opportunities there. So yeah, I'd encourage you to look at that. And you mentioned the personal touch SOP the other day. That is a good way for you to develop those relationships and that you can therefore leverage.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So for having that said, the personal touch SOP, so I'm struggling to get the 50 people to send the mail out to. So I'm just like looking for prospective partners, like massage therapists, PTs. Do you guys have any other suggestions on who would be the best fit?
Hairstylists.
Yeah. Anybody that's in the wellness, personal care, that serves some, so there's all sorts, there's dermatologists, plastic surgeons,
doctors, period.
Yeah, doctors, any type of doctors, period. But then you can also broaden things out. It doesn't have to be, you can also look at, we talked about Wayne and going over to the retail, on the retail side, athletic shoe stores, fitness equipment retailers, things like that. There's a lot of opportunity. So it doesn't always have to be, what I would look for is people that you think or are impactful, have influence in the community. Either you see them advertising a lot, or you just know people talk about them a lot. They run a real good business. Those are ideal partners. And by reaching out to them on a consistent basis, you can start to develop relationship with them. That's, we got to start somewhere, and this is the place.
Okay. Ladies with skincare businesses.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Should I start sending that out, even before getting to 50? Maybe let's say I get 15 or 20 to start rolling.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. And how far should I go with, the cities, like from where I'm at?
I wouldn't go too far. I mean, I would imagine right around you, within a 5-mile radius of your place of business, and that's only that depends on how. If you're in a real urban environment, 5 miles is forever. So it could, it might only be a half a mile if you're in a real urban area. It just depends.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
But Andrew, I also want to mention, I love the post that you made, regarding the tithing and how you've noticed that, by giving, you're getting more. And I think that was wonderful. Stimulated a lot of response, as you saw. And I think that was great. And I'm happy for you. I'm happy to hear that. Are you feeling good? I mean, are you feeling solid now? Are you feeling like things are rebounding in a positive way?
Yeah, definitely. And I just feel like things are, falling into place or tightening up, and, just being able to let that part go and not keeping it in feels a lot better. And yeah, like everyone says, it's better to give than to receive. So that's something that was very new to me. I mean, I knew it was good to do that, but actually jumping in and doing it was a totally different experience.
It takes courage too, especially.
Yeah,
like
it was scary. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. It's a wonderful, it's just I think it's something that I've experienced so much in my life, and I absolutely unequivocally believe in it. I call it the karmic boomerang. It's just the thing that it just comes back to you. You put out good stuff and it comes back to you. And of course the opposite is true as well.
Yeah. And, one of the things that I'm really proud of is, just budgeting everything. I actually put that on the top of my list, is the tithing, and then, giving back to the charity, and then everything else after that.
Yeah. Excellent. Because the budgeting is so important.
Yeah.
And something to consider is, I know this sounds a little bit different, but look at what you're doing in your business as tithing too. And it kind of changes your whole, way of thinking about how you're giving back to your clients. Not necessarily monetarily, but it really makes you more aware of how you can help people. And I know that helped me, because back when my business was beginning struggling, I mean, that was kind of the way I tithed, and that was the way I approached it. And you just become more of a go-giver, and you'll just see things kind of snowball from there to where then all of a sudden your actual real tithing becomes even bigger.
Okay. What would be an example of when you're saying just give in other ways?
Help people, help clients outside of the gym. Or what I used to do, I knew there were people who could not afford my services and really, really needed it if they wanted to stay alive. So I just reached out to them, went and met them personally, maybe even went to their house and said, I just want to help you. I know you're having a struggle. I know you can't afford this. I want you to come into my program for free. Okay, there's still a monetary value on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I'm giving them my time and my services for free. And that will impact people considerably. And then when other people have sometimes not so great things to say about you or your program, you're going to have people like that step up and point out things like that. And that changes the way people look at you.
Okay. Awesome.
And you can feel good. You can lay your head down at the end of the night knowing that you're making an effort to try helping people.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. That's a good way to go about it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Anything else, Andrew?
Yeah, just a few more things. That I saw the tax day email. So that's a little bit different from the big day, right? Tax day is a special just for like an event like the Black Friday.
Well, the tax day is specifically for tax day, April 15th. There's the Black Friday version, which I think Aaron posted one of the emails from the Black Friday version in there. But they're all basically the same tactic. It's the same process. It's just the actual language has been changed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. And one more thing, just an idea I made a Get Fit business cards, and maybe if you guys could get something out of this, what I did was I put them in my welcome packets. I put like 5 of them in that little slot, and I'll tell new members about it. Hey, if you have any friends or family that could benefit from this, feel free to give this out. And if you need any more cards, then just let me know. So I don't know if anyone else has been doing that, but that could be of great benefit. I haven't experienced any ROI yet from it. I just implemented it probably about a couple weeks ago, but just throwing it out there.
Yeah. And what's the offer on the business card? Is it driving people to your group?
Yeah. So it's just listing all the benefits, the features, just like what you had on your video, and then the link to the Facebook page. Awesome.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. All right. Very good. Very good. Thank you for sharing that.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Mike, let's go to you, brother. Let us know how things are going and anything that we can help you with.
Hey guys. So I'm a little quiet. I'm under the weather, so I'm not feeling too well. But things are going good. I have everything almost wrapped up. I feel like I say that every call as far as the product goes. I actually have a call with Alicia tomorrow. And
good.
I got to get a couple things to I have to get another video done. My voice is all messed up, so I can't do the video right now. So I'm waiting till I feel a little bit better to get that video done. As far as that goes, I met with the president of a baseball organization with 200 players in it yesterday, who's really excited about working with us. I'm trying to get it all squared away for when we do the expansion stuff. So starting in January. So I'm trying to really get the ball rolling on that. I had to call with the power company and stuff today because there's like old lights that need to get switched and everything. So there's that. And then I also, I know you guys mentioned it earlier. I jumped on with the ultimate supplement sales. And that's been really awesome so far because, we do really well here in terms of membership and clients in here, but we definitely don't monetize supplements the way that we could, for sure. And we still actually don't do a good enough job monetizing our nutrition either. So I'm looking to really do some stuff with that. So I've been digging into that since I got on board there, and it's been a lot of stuff. There's a lot of awesome content there done for you. So, which makes it easier, especially on the nutrition front for me, where I don't want to pretend to be a dietitian, so that's been awesome so far. And then, as far as everything else goes, everything else is good. I haven't gotten started on the Smart Start just because I'm feel like I'm in 50 million different directions. I have the group set up already. I just haven't done anything with it. So I have it saved. I have it. I just haven't started doing anything with it, but it is on my to-do list for sure, because I definitely want to get rolling with it.
Great. Yeah. Well, you got a lot on your plate right now. There's no doubt about it. And it's interesting, the experience that you're having with the information product development. You're seeing what most people who pitch information marketing never tell you, which is that it's complicated.
Yeah.
It's complicated. There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of things to do. And it can be a great way to, generate revenue, and you will. It'll be great for you because you got a winner. It's going to be a winner.
I actually said that Pat wanted to take a look at it too, Pat Rigsby. So I sent that over to him this week because he was interested in it as well.
I had mentioned something to him about it.
Awesome, thank you. I want to talk with. I'd like to talk with Fred about it, and then
I did.
You did? Awesome. Is he interested?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. And the other person, I did some work with Stephanie Joanne. Rick, I know you've mentioned her before. I did some work with her. This is back before I had my first daughter. That's where I got my other website, my Mike Fernandez Fitness website and everything. And I was thinking about I haven't done anything with her lately. I'm still in one of her groups, but I was thinking about reaching out to her about it because this is ultimately launching this product is kind of along the lines of some of the stuff that I worked with her on. So I was thinking about reaching out to her and seeing if she would be willing to, because she was involved with kind of helping me in terms of developing like lead pages and all that stuff and knowing how to do all that. So I've been contemplating doing that too. It's on my list.
Excellent. That's a good idea.
But
to have her help you promote, is that it?
Yeah,
or?
yeah.
Okay.
Help me promote. Yeah, I reach out to her to have, because it's essentially just about done. Everything's just about done. It's just getting tied up. I got to get like I said, I got to get a video to Angela. One of the things that, or even some pictures of it, the KPI tracker that I had talked with you about, I had sent it over to Aaron, and Aaron wanted me to do a video on it because he's like, it's got a lot of awesome stuff there. It has all the reports that my admin sends me, so it tells me percentage converted. So if we got in 100 leads from Facebook, it tells me, okay, well, what percent did we actually get in for consults? What percent were actually signed up? And then what percentage of our total leads for that month did we meet with? What percentage did we convert? It automatically tabulates all those percentages. So our admin can just send it over, along with our auto pay added, our auto pay lost, our FEOs, how much money we made on front end offers this month. All that stuff is like automatically tabulated. So it's like multiple things. But Aaron wanted me to make a quick little video on it, but my voice goes in and out. I feel like a high school kid.
Yeah. So, I hear you, but that's so true. I mean, demonstration is key, and particularly with something like that, any type of software, when there's something you want to demonstrate it. So the video is very, very smart to do that. And this is the KPI. Is that going to be an upsell?
I think I'm just going to give it for a bonus. I think I'm just going to have it as a bonus. I know we talked about it going back and forth. I just want to.
It's one hell of a bonus.
I want to so over deliver on it. Yeah, I mean, it literally is. I took something that I had kind of a little bit similar when I was in a coaching group, and then I just had a guy completely revamp it specifically for me to fit my business and give me the numbers that I really wanted that were missing from it. Yeah. And it's been awesome because I know all my numbers, and it makes you sleep a lot better when you know your numbers.
No doubt. I mean, I remember when you first told me about that, I was blown away, and that's what I mean. That's a hell of a thing right there, and you're gonna. Yeah. Anyway, that's great. That all sounds good. I would just keep in mind what you want to do later on at some point, I think, is try and sell that as a standalone and see how that goes. And also test it as an upsell across, an OTO, that type of thing. But also organize the launch. Now that you're thinking about getting all these folks, and you've got, me and Rick and Fred and Pat potentially, and Alicia and your Joanne, who you mentioned, organize a launch just like the way Rick did. Rick does for all his stuff, and
actually, I wanted to. That's one of the things I wanted to. Once it's completely done, that's one of the things I wanted to do, because I know Rick, we had talked, and you said there was a lot of other guys that had stuff going out. I kind of wanted not to be. I kind of wanted to schedule that so it worked well for everybody, really, as far as when it goes out. So.
Yeah, but there's always going to be conflicts. There's so many people doing stuff now. There's going to be conflicts all the time. I think it's smart to see, kind of get a feel of what's out there in the landscape. And if somebody big like Pat is going to launch something, you know, or Rick's going to launch something, then yeah, you want to not be on that same week ideally.
Or
But
Alicia. I
yeah,
can
or
tell you
Alicia.
Alicia's got a big launch coming in early December.
Yeah.
She's doing a Facebook thing, another Facebook, right?
Yeah. So you don't want to be launching them because everybody's going to jump on that.
Yeah.
I can always find out what Pat has going on pretty darn easily.
Yeah.
You know, and Fred's usually going to fall pretty much in line there. Pat and, you know, Alicia are typically my two biggest affiliates. See, Alicia had things going on this week, so all we did this week was put a post in her group today, which, believe it or not, she's already, just by putting a post in her group, she's already my leading affiliate. Pat had other things going out, so I knew he wouldn't do it, but we'll do something down the road in VFM with him. So you've got to kind of understand what's going on. These people, they don't want to promote something every week because then they kind of dilute their list.
Yeah.
And then people don't, you know, and then people don't follow them. They start opting out. So it's kind of a tricky kind of a thing. We got to total line somewhat. So.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. So Rick, I'm probably going to reach out to you.
That's fine.
To talk about that, if you don't mind.
We'll just get on a Zoom call.
Perfect. Want to be the best time to get the most people to see it at first as an initial launch, and then doing something else down the road. I'm already having some ideas of some things I want to do in the future. Actually, once this product's done, now that my mind's going nuts. The guy that I've been talking with the guy who he was used to be my operations manager. He works for the Department of Defense now, but he was a software programmer, and he's the one that redid this whole KPI thing to match my business how I wanted it. And we were talking the other day about it, and we just started going. And I was telling Aaron, he has some good technology type things too that he can add to what I want already. So I think we might do something with that.
The question I have is, do you want to become a software company?
No, I don't want to be a software company, but I want to provide the solutions that have streamlined and made running my business so much easier for me, in an easier format for coaches too, or owners.
Honestly, what I see, and Eric, you may have another thought about this. I see once you get this product out, you know, I see you potentially coaching other coaches on how to do this.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Very lucrative income stream.
Yeah, I was thinking that exact same thing, because that backside piece of it is, man, I can't tell you, man, my life is. I was pulling my hair out. And my life is just so much. You know, I spent I'm 36 years old, but I was a full-time school teacher when I was trying to get all this stuff going. I was building a house. I moved facilities. I got married. I have a daughter. And my time now, I have all time with my daughter. I mean, I schedule everything around, and everything flows. Everything runs the way I need it to run. So I'm really happy with that.
Yeah, that's good.
I think I can help. I think it'll help a lot of people with the stuff that they actually hate and wish there was a way to actually be able to have somebody help them with that. Because you get all the stuff for the coaching. You know, you're a great coach. You're great doing all this, but then you get stuck with all this other stuff and have no solutions on it. Like, wait, what the hell do I do with the administrative stuff?
Oh, no doubt. It's a huge pain point, and that's what you're always looking for when you want to develop a product. Is you're looking for a pain point.
Yeah.
Solution.
I think it's going to go well. You've got a great sales page. I definitely know that. I got a sneak peek at that. That thing is killer. You know, you've got some great testimonials on there from people that people are listening to right now. I think you're going to do well.
Thank you.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right. Well, look, it looks like we lost Adrian. Anybody else got anything they want to discuss? Otherwise, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. Oh, Adrian's back. Okay,
there
good.
he is.
All right, good.
I'm worried about you, Adrian.
Yeah, because it's to you now, Mr. Shire. What's up, Adrian? Let us know how things are going and anything we can help you with.
Not much. Just had to get back because my internet. So if I cut out here, I apologize.
Oh, what's going on? I missed that. You had to get back to what?
I cut out because my internet connection cut out. So
gotcha.
I literally just got back as soon as you said my name.
Okay. All right. Good.
Things are going fine, I guess, as good as they can be. Interviewing candidates has been my main priority. So I feel like a lot of our things have taken a back seat, things that I want to be doing, because I just straight up haven't had the time to to like do anything else because I've been training a lot of sessions again, and in the meantime, just interviewing people, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just that's been tough. And I think the thing that sucks the most is I'm not out of the woods yet because in 2 weeks, the last trainer I have is moving, and that's going to be another heartache for the members. I know that because I don't think anybody expects it. So that's going to suck. And I feel like I have to go through that loss thing again. It's just been hard, like, because I feel like, I don't know, there have been times where I feel like I'm not in control of my business. Like a lot of clients, when they bond with trainers, I feel like I lose control. And then if I try and get back into things, then it's like, I don't know, it's not the same as when I'm doing everything, you know? I'm having a hard time with that. Like I'm really trying to figure out how to manage that, like how to feel in control, even though I know my goal is not to be at my facility like every single day. You know what I mean? That's the hard part.
How to feel in control. Yeah.
Adrian, I think one of the best things for you right now with everything that's going on is the fact that you're back in front of them. You're the one that built that business, dude. You built that business to all those people. It was your personality. It was your coaching. It was all you that built that business. So being back in front of these people lets them see that all the other bullshit that was said before was not true. It allows you to build that relationship again and build that business right back up to where you want it. And
right.
It's matter. You get all those things on your plate. You just chip away, man. One thing at a time. You know, I always throw a bunch of stuff on my plate too, and I'm just like, oh, you're pulling your hair out. But it's one thing at a time, man. Chip away, small steps, and then eventually, it's a big learning experience for you. Saying like, man, I haven't been on the floor as much, so I lost that personal bond. And maybe there's other ways that you can come up with to stay in front of them. I'm the only one inside my business that sells. I barely coach any sessions anymore, but I'm the only one. I have those deep conversations with every person in terms of goal setting, in terms of setting roadmaps, in terms of helping them reach their whatever it is that they want. I do a ton on my own of reaching out to them. Like I set a list of, 5 or 6 people that I want to email. Boom, I email 5 or 6 people. I'll call 5 or 6 people each week. And I just work my way through a whole list that way. And I stay in front of them. And those things can be done from your house. They can be done from anywhere, man. They can be done from the beach if you wanted to. You don't have to be inside your business, but you're staying in front and you're keeping track of all the things, that personal moments that these people have. So if they have like big job interviews coming up, or they have like, goals that they've set for 3 months or so. If your admin is tabulating all this stuff, you can be the one that gets on the phone with them and says, hey, you're doing really well. Like they're like, wow, you actually follow up. You actually pay attention to what I'm actually doing. You didn't forget about me when I first came through the door. And doing those things don't have to be done inside of your facility.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to figure out, is how to scale that, because I know my goal is to have more than one facility. Right. So then obviously if my goal is to do that, then somebody needs to do, like for me to do sales for 3 facilities would be very difficult. That's what I'm trying to figure out, is how to scale and maintain, I don't know, I guess the personal care to the point where people don't feel like their main experience is with other people.
Get this first facility dialed back in where you want it, then worry about scaling.
I agree 100%.
Okay, let's not put the cart before the horse, to be very honest with you. I know that sounds a little crass for me to say it, but let's get that one back on track. Okay, I think you jumping in and doing some of the training sessions are good again. I think I told you last week, or when we last talked, I just had to do that myself because I had to get rid of a coach that was really screwing things up. So I'm back in there training a lot. I mean, it caused some problems for me this week with product launch going on and everything, but it's also important that these people realize that I'm there for them. And even when I do find another coach to take those sessions, I'm still going to make it a point to do a couple shifts every week. It'll be different shifts, not always Monday, Wednesday, Friday at such time, but I'm going to make it a point that I jump in so people remember who's really in charge. And, I think right now with what you've got going on, that's really important, Adrian. Yeah. Okay. I think that's going to be huge for you, because then people are going to start bonding with Adrian again. And then all this other stuff is going to subside. It's not going to be the most convenient thing, but you can make it work. I mean, you're pretty damn intelligent. I've talked to you enough. Eric's talked to you enough. You can definitely make that happen. But I think right now, you need to worry about getting all your systems dialed in for this one. I think when Mike's product comes out, it's going to be perfect for what you need for your admin when you decide to hire that, or, you know, or whoever you have doing that. And quite honestly, you could pretty much almost take the same product and do the same thing with trainers, so they know exactly what you expect of them every day. To be very honest with you, that's how
we're on that right now, Rick.
Huh?
That's what we're working on right now too. Yep.
Yeah, and they will know every day exactly what is expected of them. So I think right now, concentrate on getting this one back in order. Then scaling the second and third one won't be a problem.
I just don't want to run into the same issue I had before, where if I separate myself from the training sessions or not simply not being there because I'm doing something else, right? I don't want to run into the same problem where if a trainer leaves, then we have this shitstorm again because I wasn't there.
That's my point, is you'll get it dialed in tighter this time to where that doesn't happen.
Well, how do I do that then?
Well, that's going to be an ongoing process. I mean, it's going to happen. You're going to figure it out as you're going through it. I can't tell you exactly right now how to do it, but there's going to be things, little ways you're going to be able to figure out to make sure you're more connected with people. Like Mike just said, you're reaching out, calling a couple a week, you know, or a couple, 3 days a week, and you're touching base with them, checking in on them. Okay. I've got a whole workflow that we do here that literally tells them what day they're getting a text message from me, what day they're getting an email from us, what day they're getting a Facebook post, what day my admin's calling or I'm calling. And it comes up every day, and we know exactly what's going on. So we're always touching people that way. Okay, and I know what day, when I come in, say on Tuesday, I pull it up, there's a list of everybody I need to personally call that day. One day it may be 2, one day it may be 8, depending on how they came into our system. But I know what I have to do. And guess what? I'm talking to them even if I'm not training them, or I'm texting them even if I'm not training them. They know who I am, and there is that relationship with me. Something like that can solve all of this pretty darn simple, I believe.
Yeah.
100%. I agree with that. Yeah, that Rick, to a T, man.
Adrian, how do you feel? I mean, everybody's throwing this stuff at you. How do you feel?
Me?
Yeah.
Thinking, I think. I don't want to, I want a balance between, automation, but understanding the personal touch of doing it manually as well. So it's not overloading. I want it to be in an organized way, but not complicated. That's the hard part here.
Adrian, we're going to be on a call next week. You remind me, and I'll actually share my screen and show you my workflow and exactly what I'm talking about. I could literally be at another location and do this.
That might help.
I really wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll show you. I mean, it literally lays out exactly what's happening on certain days based on when a person comes into our facility, and it's on an ongoing basis. So I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, but I agree with what Aaron said. How do you feel about it? That's actually a very, very good point.
It kind of makes me think about the personal touch SOP from the referral challenge. And I started doing that, but that was hard for me to maintain. So I need to find a way to, I want to do that, but I want to also, again, I just need to have an organized way of doing it. I just don't have a system down for it where it's consistent, because that's what matters the most when it comes to communication is consistency. But that's the key. So I'm trying to figure out how to how to automate consistency in a way so I can make sure that I'm still talking to everybody as needed, while still being, and I don't want that one thing to dominate my entire day where I need to also be doing other things, whether that's training new staff or running marketing campaigns or operations for multiple facilities, thinking long-term here, because the stuff that I'm setting up now is going to need to be scalable. So that's the route that I'm going with when I think about this stuff. How to make it a consistent personal touch SOP in a way where it's not taking up the whole day for me.
Right.
Hey, Eric, can I share my screen and show him, and actually show everybody something if you don't mind?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Adrian, here's kind of what I have. I've got two different workflows, so to speak, okay? My one for when people are in my front end offer here, and then my other one when they're a regular member. You can see I've got this many. This is a 6-week challenge, and in 6 weeks, we're personally touching, so to speak, every individual 36 times out of 42 days. This is 95 times that we're personally touching, excluding emails throughout 365 days. So let me click on this. Okay.
You doing it? Or no?
So here's how it's working. Like day 2, we have after their first day of workout, the next day, we're calling them to check in, see how they're feeling. Okay. Also that day, they're receiving an email. Day 3, we're doing a Facebook post. You can just see day 5, they're getting a text message. And on here, day 9, check-in call from Rick. Okay, so all the way through their 6-week challenge, you can see there's several times I'm calling them, several times my admin is calling them, text messages and everything. Yeah. So this is basically set up. I mean, granted, with the software, there's other softwares you can use. I'm not endorsing 17 Hats. I just like it. Alicia loves it too. So that's what we do. But so we go in and look at the calendar. The calendar tells me exactly what I have to do that day. But you can see we're touching them. There is that personal touch, that communication without me. And this is all going on without me being in the actual facility. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, and we got the same thing when I go to my other campaigns as well. Just have to remember how to get back there to it. Okay, this one here. This has everything in here except emails that are going out to my clients. But you can see how often we're calling them, we're touching them. You know, and it says, you know, look, what day after they signed up, starting with 5 days with day 1. First thing they're getting is a phone call from my admin. You know, here it is when I'm calling them. So,
person goes through.
Pardon me?
It's what every single individual client goes through.
Yes, every single client in my facility goes through this, and it's just part of our daily workflow.
Rick, does this software, the 17 Hats, this just outline the workflow, or does this actually store the, like if you write the script for the phone call, or if you write—
I can put the script in here. If I go into text message here and I edit this, I can literally put in the notes exactly what I want them talking about.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah, same thing. Let's see. You know, same thing. When the phone call, I can tell them, I can literally tell them what I want them touching on.
Yeah.
You know, and then it comes up on a calendar, and the calendar tells you what's being done each day, by who and when.
Beautiful.
But see, with this, Adrian, here, and I'll get out of the screen sharing now. I don't think you need to see that anymore. But with something like that, I mean, it's just laid out. You don't necessarily have to have 17 hats. It works well for me because we can just all log in and see what our duties are for the day. But you just have to have a workflow and a system like that. And I think this is what Mike was talking about too, that you just know what you're doing every single day. I can go on vacation and pull this up and say, okay, use my phone. I can call them and check on them. And they'll ask me, hey, aren't you supposed to be on vacation? Yeah, but I care enough to check on you and see how you're doing. Now think about what that just did for that person. And that's all I do, buddy. I mean, yeah, right now I'm in there training more because, like I said, I had a trainer that's kind of screwing up. I need to get back in and get things sorted out. So I'm doing what I have to do. Same thing you're doing right now. Okay? But eventually you're going to get another trainer in there or two, and you're going to train them how you want. And then something like this would be golden for you and your admin because it's just her and I to do all this.
Yeah.
So that's something to think about. And I can show you this a little bit more detail when we're on next week together if you'd like.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
I think that's what you're looking for. Right there is what I think you're looking for.
How much time do you spend a day doing that on average?
My phone calls only come up maybe once every 5 or 6 days, and it depends. I mean, you know, if we're doing a challenge, I'm going to get a lot more because people start on certain days, so it's going to happen when a challenge is going on. But I can typically have all those phone calls done in an hour. And some days it might only be 1 or 2 calls. I mean, it's really, you're just calling to check in. It's really a 5-minute conversation for the most part. Sometimes people have some additional questions, so you spend a little bit more time.
Yeah.
But it's not like this is taking up big chunks of my day. And really, I schedule the time, I schedule it into my day when I'm going to make those calls.
Yeah.
You know, and I block off everything else. I've got kind of some management tools I use to do that. Like I've got something on my computer that I can literally tell it to block off 2, 3, 4 hour times. So I can't even get on Facebook or certain websites. I just tell it what websites I don't want to be able to access. It blocks them. My computer will not let me on them. Then I set a timer on my computer, and I need to get everything done in that time. Everybody thinks I get so much done every day. Eric talks about it all the time, but I'll literally find little blocks like that I just do it, and I just create a game with myself. I'll have a list. I'm going to try to get this much done, and let me see if I can get more done. And that's how I get things done, you know, by blocking off little times. And believe me, nobody has a chance to talk to me when they walk through the doors during those times. I become very ruthless with that time so I can get it done. Otherwise, things aren't going to be accomplished.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. That's great stuff. And it puts the emphasis where it needs to be, which is on the relationship, you know, on strengthening relationships with people. You're spending a little bit of time, yeah, but you're building relationship.
And that's really what this whole thing is about. This whole workflow is keeping that relationship, because think about it. When you got somebody as a member, you know, my average client stays with me now for 26 months. You know, that's very predictable. I can predict now because I'm doing something like this. I know we're going to keep them, because what other facilities are reaching out to them that often?
Yeah,
very few do. Very few take the time to show their clients how much they really care. Everybody talks about it, but very few really take the time to stay in contact with them that often.
Yeah.
And so that's huge. That's all about relationships there. And that's where our business, let's face it, it's called personal training. So we need to be personal with our clients. That's how you build relationships.
Amen. Well said. All right. And with that, we're going to wrap it up, guys, unless there's anything else that anybody has. Adrian, are you good, or you have something else?
I'm good.
You good? All right. Okay, good.
I'll share it with you, Adrian, even more next week.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you all very much. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Facebook. Bye.
All right. See you. Thanks.